You're listening to Wake Up with Patti Catter, where we're overcoming trials with triumphs. Now, here's your host, Patti Catter.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Decision Hour. I'm your host, Adam Bird.
I'm your host, Patti Catter.
On the Decision Hour.
On Wake Up with Patti Catter.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Like, we talked about this before. Like, we said we're going to do the Decision Hour.
No, we said we're going to do Wake Up with Patti Catter.
So are we literally recording both shows simultaneously right now?
Yep. 2 for 1, buddy. BOGO.
Oh, whoa. Hey.
Hey.
I don't know if they're ready for all that. So listen, folks, we're recording and we're doing both shows like right now.
Yeah.
So
like
Patty's
right
on the Decision Hour as a guest. As you know, she's been a host for many years with me before. And I'm on her show currently right now, Wake Up with Patti Catter, which is a great name for a show, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Somebody I know suggested that name.
That guy's a genius.
It's all right, I guess. Adam came up with the name for my show.
There it is. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Adam, what should I name my show? I want to be a little edgy. He's like, I don't even know. Wake Up with Patti Catter.
Yeah.
And buy my coffee, right? Tell them about your coffee.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want me to do a shameless plug, if you go to hmgbeverage.com, you can get your coffee there. But that's not why we're here, though. We're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about, well, yeah, me a little bit. And we're here to talk about you.
No, we're talking about me.
Yeah, we're talking about you. You've been, listen, hold on. Before we get into like what we're really here for, though, like you haven't been on in a while and you've been kind of not MIA, but you're not out as much. You've been super, super busy lately. So like, why don't you tell the listeners, like, give us an update of what you've been doing the last several months.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I've been helping some different organizations with the caregiver crap that was going on at the VA. They have that fixed now for 3 years for legacy caregivers. If you're listening out there, you're military caregivers. And then I've been podcasting. I also work as the director of customer experience with the Silent Partner Marketing. And I'm loving it. But the best thing is one of our clients at the Silent Partner Marketing is One More Mission. So, bum.
One More Mission. What is One More Mission?
Yeah. So One More Mission is basically we're trying to get military veterans and first responders to go work at the election polls this election. I said election polls, Adam. I know. Those military guys out there too. They're like, "Oh, be a poll watch."
We make sure the wording was correct. That's all right.
Yeah. So, One More Mission. We're trying to get military veterans and first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, doctors, nurses, those who have strong integrity built into our communities where you live, to go to your local poll and volunteer. Or in some places, they even pay you. So if you want a little extra cash for the day, they'll pay you. But the problem is across America, there's not enough people working at the election polls.
Right. And that seems to be a big problem. And this all kind of stemmed, like, let's give everybody kind of the history. The reason why One More Mission was formed was because of the 2020 elections and all of the controversy that has happened from, I would say, that particular election. But if you look at history, it's been more than just that. But One More Mission kind of was created off of the stem from that.
Well, kind of. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, basically, throughout all of the elections, you have people who are like, oh, the elections are rigged. And then you have other people who are like, no, the people who are saying that the elections are rigged are the ones rigging it. And so there's like a lot of going back and forth and just the lack of oversight. And so this way we have more people going to work at the polls than, get involved instead of just sit there and talk your talk.
Right. I really like this. And this was one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved with this organization, was because of you think of the integrity of it. One more mission. It's a cool name first off, and then the basis behind it. And I think one of the quotes that I had given was, you served your country and you serve your community. Now it's time to serve again to protect our elections. And that's something that we really need to start doing more of and take more seriously. So I'm glad that to be a part of this in some form or fashion, or at least promote this of what's going on, and try to get more veterans and first responders in their own communities to get out and take part of it. And Patti, this isn't one of those types of organizations that's like one-sided either, is it?
No, it's not. That's what I really love about it too, is because we're like, hey, we just want to be fair. We just want to like level the playing field and be fair. And
Right.
That's huge. And one of the things throughout my life of service, and I say that very loosely because I was just a police reservist and I've done volunteer work in communities. And then being the caregiver to somebody who was actually wounded in war, he did a lot more than me. He was a full-time cop and all that stuff, and in the military. And so for me, I have that heart anyways, where I want to help. And I think that the majority of our first responders and our military veterans, that's why you serve, right, Adam? I mean, you were in the military. That's kind of your calling. So what a better way to utilize your heart, but to help at our polls, which is the most important thing right now in America.
Right. And that's the other thing is like, you look at, I look at it like this, like by working at these election polls and stuff like that and getting involved. If you want change, I mean, it's easy to sit and complain about stuff, right? But if you want to change something, you like get up and do something about it. And here's an opportunity for veterans and first responders in their communities that really, post service, if you will, or at least for veterans post service, to go back and serve and like, hey, if this is what I can do now to help make a change or make a difference, then do it. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people in the community that we currently live in. It's all volunteer firefighters and whatnot in the two small boroughs that we're near. There's no full-time firefighters, and they've got maybe 3 full-time cops. And that's it. So it's like when something happens and there's a lot of, I don't want to say complaining, but there's a lot of complaints of like, well, we're short funded, we're this, we're that. And here's a great opportunity to let's try to make a change here locally, because it has to start local in order for it to eventually go, you start at your local community, then it'll happen at your state level. And then eventually it'll go, God willing, to the federal level and so on. But the other thing that I want to stress about this is that this is a bipartisan, non-party affiliated organization. One more mission. They don't care if you're left, right, blue, green, down the middle. It doesn't matter. So that's the cool thing is this. What a great opportunity to really kind of bring both sides together. To look over the integrity of our elections.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, if the election centers don't have enough volunteers, there's not going to be any oversight. And we can't really blame them if we're not stepping up to help out, right? Yeah. So that's huge. We're looking for about 30,000 new poll workers for this election.
Wow. And that's across the entire country. So that's every state, every community. That's everywhere. Patti, how can people, like for the listeners that are out there, how do they get involved in this? What do they need to do?
It's so easy. So I did it myself first because obviously I'm like, okay, if I'm going to take lead on this project, if I'm going to help push this project, then I need to do it myself. It's something I'm passionate about too. So you go to onemoremission.com and literally it's a very easy website to navigate. So you go there, you have this form, you fill out your information and it'll ask you like for your name, I think your address, maybe your phone number. And there's a reason for that too. So they will email you information on like to make sure that you're doing, you are comfortable with what you're doing. And they're not there to force any agenda on you when you do that. Cause I know someone's like, are they collecting my information? Yeah, but there's a reason. So once you go through that and you click enter, it will take you to your local polling center, which is super cool. So I put in my name, my email, my address, and then it knew where, like what county I'm in. Like it walks you through the steps. I went to my county. I signed up with my county, and I'm waiting to hear back from my county now to go work the poll.
Right on. Right on. So let me ask you this. So the county dictates whether it's good or not, or are they just like, here's a volunteer that's going to come in, or here's somebody that we can hire to come in? Because you said some places pay, not all places. And I would think that if it's important to you, what's volunteering a couple of hours, on a weekend or during the week to, during the election season. I have a question. I feel like this is an important one, so I got to ask: Is this like a like we're talking about one more mission because midterm elections are next month, right?
Right.
What happens after that? Is one more mission? I was like, all right, we'll see in a couple of years on the next one, or is this something that's going to pursue moving forward?
It's going to keep going. We're just going to keep snowballing it. We're going to keep getting more people involved. It's so important. I was able to listen to a few stories of why veterans are volunteering or wanting to sign up. And there was quite a few different answers, but one of them that really resonates with me is Sabo. He's a hip hop music artist. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, he went and he was fighting in war for another country to be able to vote and have free elections. And he's like, I want to make sure that in America, we're going to be able to do the same thing. It's just, it's a given, especially for, I think, our combat veterans. I think they feel that, so strongly. And I'm sure you can too.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it and it's like what you don't want is like coming back and then, all these rules are changing and everything that you have fought for is and believed in is going to, excuse my language, going to shit. And then all of a sudden you're like, what was it all for? You know what I mean? And it's like, and there's a mutual friend of ours, and I'm paraphrasing, but he says something along the lines is, a war fighter never goes to war for a politician, or never really works for a politician. It's something along that lines. And the emphasis of it's you're there to help other people, free other people. And you're not, doing it because some suit back in DC told you to, kind of.
Right. Right. And America is an amazing country. And even still today, with all of our quirky things going on, it's an amazing country. And we just have to have people step up, though, to make sure that, our election centers are filled with enough staff. First of all, I mean, think about it. If you're, I won't even go down that road, but if you don't have enough staff, then, you can't.
Well, I mean,
you just can't have the oversight.
That's how I look at it. Like, you take medical field, you got to go in for brain surgery, right? And if they're short staffed, they're like, hey, we don't have a surgeon, but we have this great nurse that is going to do this procedure. What? No. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's how I look at it. He's like, do you want to protect your elections? Do you want to have a say in what goes on? Well, then you have to take that step and move forward. So I think this is a great opportunity, Patti. I'm glad you presented it to me, and I'm excited to promote it. And the people that are really getting involved with this, some big names in the veteran community and the law enforcement community as well. So I'm honored that you asked me to take part and help promote it and whatnot. So thank you.
Thank you. I knew right away I could count on you. You were at the top of my list. I was like, I'm getting Adam Bird.
Yeah, she's getting paid to say that, folks. So let's.
How much are you gonna pay me?
That's all the time we have today, folks. No, but I seriously, I like it, folks. So if you're listening, go to onemoremission.com, and if you're a veteran or law enforcement. Or in the medical field, first off, thank you for being a community hero. But now let's step up our game. The community is calling for you to take a stand and come work at your electoral polls next month, and let's secure our elections properly. And again, I this is very important. It's a bipartisan. One more mission. They don't care if you're left, right, blue, green, down the. It doesn't matter. This is a great opportunity for everybody to kind of come together, and let's work together as a team to ensure that our elections are safe. So
absolutely. And I know somebody out there is going to have this thought in their head, so I'm just going to put this out there super fast. No, you're not showing up in your uniforms, you guys. You're wearing your regular civilian clothes.
Yeah,
and that's all.
Don't show up in uniforms. It's not that kind of party. All right.
No. Maybe an after party. Yeah. An after party. You guys can arrange an after party. Go drink some beers afterwards.
Oh, geez. Well, that's good stuff. So listen, those of you on the decision hour
on Wake Up with Patti Catter,
go check out onemoremission.com and sign up today.
And do not forget to go to Heroes Media Group. Check out all of the social media handles there. You can also find Wake Up with Patti Catter on Heroes Media Group. That you can.
And I'm sensing that you have some more content coming out here soon, right?
Yes. We've had a few big things going on in our lives, and yes. I'm back to recording now. So
very nice. We're looking forward to that, Patti. Thank you.
Thank you
for that. What else do we have? What else? Anything else you want to tell the listeners?
No, just thank you all for listening so much, and thanks for putting up with Adam and I all these years.
And that's not like, she's not saying that we're done, because we're certainly not. There's other. 2023 is right around the corner, and we're discussing what city we might meet up in. It's got to be a different one though. Like we've done Florida, we've done DC. Here's something. Let me put this out to the world. Put this out there. If you guys want Adam and Patti to show up in your town, hit either one of us up. Go to Wake Up with Patti Catter on social media, or go to Heroes Media GRP on social media. Leave a comment or DM one of us and tell us we want you in our city, and then put the city and state.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a challenge for you guys, and then we'll consider it. Mm-hmm. Depends on the time of year, where it is.
Hawaii, you guys. Somebody from Honolulu, please reach out.
Can somebody from like Hawaii or Guam or like somewhere tropical ask us to come down? Like seriously.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay for our trip, that's fine too. We'll figure that out.
Mm-hmm. And throw in a nice, really, really nice hotel for me with a little jacuzzi
or Airbnb mansion, Airbnb. Anyway,
we'll have a party. Hey, you guys can set up a party in your town, and Adam and I will show up. Just send us the plane ticket.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Most definitely. So that's coming in 2023. But listen, again, one more mission. All you community heroes out there, we are asking you to get involved and be a part and protect our election, because quite frankly, the future of this country depends on it. And if you're going to rely on somebody else to do it, then we're kind of stuck with what decisions are made. So let's get involved and be a part of, honestly, let's be a part of history again. So Patti, anything else?
No, thank you everybody so much for tuning in.
All right, folks, listen, that's it. That's all the time we got. Go check out Wake Up with Patti Catter, and go check out Heroes Media Group. Until next time, you've been listening to The Decision Hour.
Wake Up with Patti Catter.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening. Please head over to patticatter.com for the latest updates on Patti, her talk show, and what she's up to. You can also find her on Amazon TV and Roku, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Patti Catter. Until next time.